Welcome everyone, good to see you. I didn't, you know me and breakdown videos, it's not my thing. I wanted to share my my actual gameplay of a Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which I did get to play early thanks to TTWB. So we got to play episode 4. I know you've probably seen like so many people who got to play it early. So this is mine. We've got like an hour. How long I uploaded this to my channel? We got like an hour and 8 minutes. Unfortunately, I had game music on the whole time, so I cannot do this with game volume, which is kind of sad. And that's why today's video was the exact same. But I'm just going to be answering questions. How did I get it? TT asked myself and probably many others, by the looks of things, to play it early, so we're just going to go through it all. Ask away. Obviously I can answer a few more questions now, I think, with more confident answers on what happened. So yeah, so this is not a demo, just to be clear, guys. This is because if it was a demo I'd love to be playing it now, but this is my pre-recorded gameplay from last week, which is pretty good. So I know the first mission, the tentative mission, leaked on Friday, but that gameplay, so there's two different sets of gameplay. That gameplay was developer gameplay, and everybody had the same of that. This is actual, like, we got to play this, so this is my version of it. You'll notice I maybe go different ways around different areas or do different things. Like, I'm always, you know, it's my gameplay because I'm always going off destroying things or trying to attack different characters for no apparent reason. That's just what I do in LEGO games, so that's how you're going to know that this is mine. How long will Revenge of the Sith be? I mean, it's still hard to say, because another thing is that we had to stick to episode 4. We had no choice in that. So we had to stick to episode 4, but you know, judging by what you're seeing with the levels, how long they are, it's looking like if you really want to race through them, you can get them done in like 15 minutes. But if you want to look around for every collectible, I mean, I do actually, in my version here, I find a mini kit, which I know in the developer version they didn't find, but I actually do find one mini kit. They're very hard from the levels I played. I noticed, now it could just be that I knew I was on a time limit, and for that reason I couldn't be looking around all the time, but they were more difficult to find. It definitely looks as if you're going to have to come back on free play and get through them all. So I find one mini kit here. Again, if you're just joining us, guys, this is my gameplay. We all got to record our own. This is me playing. I'm not playing live. This is pre-recorded. So I do go a different way to get the level done, because there's two different ways you can do it. As you saw in the trailer back in January, you can go all guns blazing, or you can take a more stealthy approach, which I think is the exact words the trailer used, but that's what I do in this. Is there a gonk ship? There is, and in this footage as well, we got over an hour worth of footage here, guys. I go through all the vehicles. I am going to post a video on the vehicles, but if you want to see it early, if you've not seen it anywhere else, that is, feel free. So in this gameplay, we're going to be going through this level. We're going to be doing a bit of Tatooine free roam. We're also going to be doing the Mos Eisley level. I go through the character list in this, which is the footage you would have seen today. I also go through the vehicles list. I go through the extras list today, and I know most of you know the extras, but because they're all locked, apart from Mumble Mode, which you can equip from the start if you want, but because they're all locked, we've got a price on every single one of them, so we're going to see that in today's gameplay. But obviously from this point forward, it's looking there's the menu screen if you haven't seen it already, but from this point forward it's very much the same to what you probably will have seen, but then when you got to make a choice later on of which way you want to kind of take the level, I do take a different route to what you will have seen in the developer gameplay. So yeah, didn't go to TT's HQ, which is unfortunate because it's very close, isn't it? But it was all done remotely, which is pretty good. Which episode am I most excited for, says Olan. I am excited for Revenge of the Sith. I mean the Dooku level, which that one was developer gameplay, so I haven't actually been able to play Revenge of the Sith. But that was that looked incredible. I'm avoiding all this gameplay stuff since I'll have the game for myself in just over 2 weeks. Just stopping to say hi. Thanks, Banana. And if you're just joining us as well, I can't put gameplay volume on because I forgot to turn the music off when I was playing. So I am currently listening to the music myself in my earphones, but it's just copyrighted left, right and centre. So again, I probably should have remembered to take that off, but I think I was just so excited to play. I'm trying to, we only had, I believe it was like an hour. Felt like I got a little bit more. I mean, this is like 1 hour, 8 minutes, I believe. So it really was just trying to fit in as much. I know some people reach the Death Star, and the reason I didn't reach the Death Star level is because I was too busy getting the entire character list, the entire vehicle list, and then the entire extra list, which, believe it or not, to slowly scroll through each one does take a while. But I did get to the Death Star cutscenes. That's as far as I got, and then they cut me off. So, yeah. I hope we'll get more than 5 capsule ships. I mean, it's looking very much like there's only 5, which I was shocked to see that the Separatist Dreadnought and the Venator weren't in there. From what we were told, this is the final game. You know, aside from the DLC characters, what we got to play was the final game. So yeah, it's interesting that the Venator and the Dreadnought are not in there. I'm glad we're getting the the Trade Federation Lugerhulk, or Separatist Lugerhulk, whatever you want to call it. But I'm glad we're getting that. Don't get me wrong, but I was surprised that we're getting that. I thought that was just going to be for levels, to be honest, and not for free roaming. What's the performance like? I mean, the performance was great. I was playing PC with a controller, which is not what I usually do. I mean, it's because I use the controller, it's exactly the same as playing console, but this is why I go the different way as well, everyone. So we take this approach to the level instead. But anyway, I was playing PC and it seemed to run fine. All the many issues we've spoken about with frame rate drops in the trailers, especially like a frame rate drop in cutscenes, that didn't seem to be an issue with the actual game, which I've been saying for a long time actually. I was pretty certain that was going to be the case, that all this frame rate dropping and stuff, while it is annoying, I didn't think it was going to be in the actual game, and that does seem to be the case. No character creator. I mean, I can't, unless the devs have come out and said something, because literally I have been sworn to secrecy for about, it's like, wasn't last Thursday I was contacted, it was the Thursday before, so like just under 2 weeks I've been sworn to secrecy with you all. But what I'm telling you here today, I can promise you 100% I know nothing more. So when I tell you that I don't know if the character customizer is in the game, I'm honestly telling you the truth. That's not me saying it is, that's not me saying it isn't. When I went through the character selection screen, I didn't see any slots for it. But all we were allowed to do was play episode 4. Now the character customizer, while I would expect there to be like empty slots for those characters in the menu, there was nothing there, but the character customizer might be on another planet. I can't tell you if it's in there or not. Yeah, I'm slightly concerned that we've not seen it, but I can't tell you if it's in there because I really don't know. It might be in there. But I love this here, how Rogue One was incorporated. Just honestly a phenomenal level. How can I play it already? TT Games invited me to play it early, which I'm very thankful for. So I don't actually have the game. This is all my footage from last week. I wish I was playing it now, but this is all pre-recorded. I mean, coming up is actually where I managed to get one of the mini kits. So actually not the first mini kit location, because I know 3 of them already, which I've done in a short previously from trailers. But I do actually find a mini kit this level, which is coming up soon. How big are the open world / hub areas? I mean, we're going to explore that actually. So I get to explore 2 different areas of Tatooine in this gameplay. But from what I saw, much bigger than I thought. I mean, the thing is, I'm actually going to be able to show you soon once we get on. I'm just going to let the gameplay roll. I'm not going to be pausing anything like that. We may do a bit of pausing when we get to the characters or the extras, vehicles, if anyone wants to see that. But instead of me like telling you how big the open worlds are, we'll just wait until we get to that point. But this is where you build. Now, I didn't notice at the time, but I believe this is a mini Death Star that you pilot here. I was told by someone else at the event that this was a mini Death Star, but I didn't know at the time. I just thought it was like a little cannon, but it makes sense considering the green laser, and you can see at the screen at the top as well. It looks like a bit of a Death Star. So there are micro builds in this game that you get for unlocking mini kits. I was going to go through them all, and you'll see in my gameplay later on, I actually do go through them all, and then I just say no, because I've already spent by that point so much time going through the menus, and this is why so many people reached the Death Star level and I didn't, because I was spending so much time going through characters and stuff. So the random section of the diorama menu, I'll be honest with you, Dan, I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out to me. And I don't know what it is, because if you look when they scroll past that... Now, to be fair, I could have scrolled past that in the menu, but if I remember correctly, again, the dev footage... So the 40 minutes that leaked on Friday, that was all dev footage. And that's what we saw first of all. Then a few days later, we got to record our individual gameplay. So this is like me playing right now. And I believe in our version, that isn't there. Not that I think when I was watching my gameplay back, I noticed it wasn't there. So I'm a bit confused what it is, if it was like a glitch, if it's like some bonus part, but I honestly don't know what that one is. Welcome to all of you watching as well today. I do hope you enjoy. This is my recorded footage, so this is not the developer footage that leaked. We will be heading to Tatooine after this. I do actually, again, I can't put audio on because my one mistake I made is that I didn't turn off game volume, so I apologise about that. But I did try mumble mode. So mumble mode is already unlocked. You don't have to pay studs for it, which I think is brilliant, and I've been saying for a while I hope that's how they do it, and they've done it like that, which is perfect. But I did try it. So I'm someone who's always been into mumble mode, always been into the mumbles more than the voices, and it's not that I didn't like it, I really didn't have enough time to judge it, but as soon as I put it on, I kept it on, and you'll see it later on, I put it on for about 2 minutes, if that, and then turned it off, because I kind of missed the voices, and I know some of the character voices are great, and some are just not, but I don't know, like, hearing the voices, although that's not really what I've ever liked about playing the LEGO Star Wars games, I kind of feel like I was just more into it with the voices on, which is very surprising. Now, the reason I keep pausing here is actually because near the beginning of this, mainly, I was having a few frame rate issues, which was not to do with the game itself, that was more to do with the fact that we were doing this remotely, had to play off my PC, which is not incredible as it is, so that's why I keep pausing. But I don't mind the pauses because it gives us a little look at the menu. Obviously, you got this. I mean, I just love the graphics on this in general. Obviously, I wish I'd done a bit of scrolling around and stuff to see things, but at this point, I was probably trying to fix my my frame rate issues. So I may forward this actually, because I know I wasn't paused for too long, but just in case I was, I'll forward it a bit. Yeah, I definitely paused for longer than I anticipated. I don't remember pausing for this long actually. When I was playing. Oh, how long? Here we go. I don't remember pausing for that long. I know I had issues near the start of the event, but they quickly disappeared once I sorted out a few programs and closed them down. Now I liked this feature here, where the holo projector, you got Akbar, and you can actually move the holo projector around. You bounce on it. You pull down the triggers. It really was just overall like entertaining to play this. I've seen so many different parts of the trailers and I've thought like, is this going to be the same as the old games, or is it a bit more like, I mean, you look at the overlay. The overlay isn't my favourite part, I'll admit, but it's kind of all in your face. I thought, is this going to be targeted to a bit more of a generic audience, so the level's going to be so much easier, but I really like it. It's so different, but at the same time it offers so much nostalgia to it as well. I think we can turn off subtitles. Now I can't turn them off because obviously this is my pre-recorded stuff, but I hope we can turn them off. I would think you can, but I didn't try at any point. That's the thing, when you get given an hour to play a game, it's like, right, I've watched back my footage at least, well, the whole way through once, and then I've gone to different parts for like videos and stuff. But when you only get an hour to play something, there's so many things that you look back and you think, why didn't I do this and that? But you're on an hour time limit, and I've had a few days to digest this now, because I only got my footage on Thursday, because we played it on Wednesday and had to wait 24 hours for it to be sent. So obviously there's a lot of things I look back at now. It's like later on I got stuck on one of the puzzles as R2 on Tatooine. Now I did have a few frame rate drops when that happened, which didn't help. And thankfully you won't see any of the frame rate drops here, because we were doing remote gameplay, so it was only on my part. It won't be on the actual footage. But yeah, I got stuck on one of the puzzles as R2, which was weird, and it's such an easy one to do. So yeah. Are you able to adjust your field of view? Didn't check again. I didn't check that one. I apologise. So many things I just wish I'd have done and didn't. Now we get to play as R2 and 3PO. Why isn't Agen Kolar playable? That one shocked me. That one did shock me, that Agen Kolar's not playable. I wasn't too happy to see that. I mean, I'm thinking now, because the Obi-Wan and Vader level, I've not actually seen that, because like I told you, I didn't get to it. But from what I hear, that's just a cutscene. So I'm thinking now, is the Windu Palpatine fight just going to be a cutscene as well? I hope not. I really hope not. You cannot change the field of view according... Okay. I mean, again, I didn't see that part. So we all would have checked different things. Is this where I get stuck on the puzzle, actually? No, I think I get stuck on the puzzle on Tatooine. No, yeah, this time I do it absolutely fine. Could you start any episode, or do you have to start at a trilogy? I think you can start any episode, because they just started at episode 3 when the developers were doing it, so I believe it's any episode. But then I do recall them saying something about the trilogy. The thing is, we had to stick to episode 4, so I didn't exactly get to give it much of a go. I didn't meet any YouTubers face to face, because the event was remote. I mean, I had a good chat with Rugged Eagle, because we were in the same, we split up into different groups, and me and Rugged were in the same one. We had a great chat about everything we saw. I mean, he got to the Death Star, I believe. I didn't get to it again, because I was too busy getting all the characters, all the vehicles and the extras, and you'll see it when we get to that point. Believe it or not, going through every single one takes a lot of time, and it took time away. So I did get to the Death Star. I got to the cutscenes, which you'll see at the end. I didn't get to play it. By that point, my time was up. Hello, Darkness. Do you think they will add more characters? Well, DLC characters, yeah. Now this, oh man, I wouldn't have been the only one who had a video like this planned. But I had a video planned where I was going to do like 5 insane features, or 5 things that returned, and they were going to be the thumbnail. The workout topless troopers, whatever you want to call them. Here's the mini kit, by the way, guys. I don't know if you've seen this in anyone else's gameplay. If you have, cool, but here we go anyway. But anyway, yeah, I was going to have it with the topless troopers on the thumbnail, and then that developer footage leaked on Friday, which was so annoying. Like, you know, I always talk about, I read the comments on my channel, which I do, and I am fully aware that the comments on Friday's video are 80, even 90% about that footage, and I just couldn't say anything. It's kind of annoying, because it leaked, and obviously people re-uploaded it and everything, and we actually, like, people like me had to, like, stick to an embargo. Just wondering if I saw what, youngling? If there's a Battle over Coruscant actually in episode 3 in the leak that didn't exist. Well, again, we didn't get to... that is the all developer footage. I think, is this where I get stuck on the puzzle? Is this where I get stuck on the puzzle? I got stuck on one of these easy puzzles for ages because I was like panicking, thinking I'm running low on time here. I don't know. I feel like it's Tatooine where I got stuck on it because it's so easy. I'm just going to skip this part. If it is. Come on, is it this part? Yeah, it is! I'm such an idiot. How did I get stuck on it for so long? Oh man, I apologise. Alright, there's your cutscene. Right, this is where we do some open world. I don't know how, like, no one's really said this, and I don't want to moan and stuff, because trust me, I love this game, and I will safely say this is the best thing that, like, in terms of like gaming experience that my channel has allowed me to do, like to play this. But Vader's voice is interesting to me. Again, I can't play the volume because I forgot to turn the music off, which I apologise about. How you doing? Dan, sorry about that. I see your message. 13-month member, thank you very much. Who else was in my session? It was me, Rugged, Azatru was in there, and there was somebody else, and I think it was either somebody else or the other one was a developer. There was a fourth person in there. I out of all due respect, I wasn't too sure who they were, because there was other people at this event who were like from the press and stuff, you know, like IGN. So in that case, I'm not really going to know them because they'll be there on behalf of IGN. So it was like, yeah, I can't think of who the other one was. But yeah, most of the session, it didn't really consist of us talking. It consisted of us all like individually playing, and then me and Rugged actually just decided to talk later on. We'd already like organised that, so oh, how you doing, Swanee? Haven't seen you in a while. Did they reach out to you? Yeah, they reached out via email. So yeah, that was, I mean, like, yeah, I kind of want. It's been my hope and my dream since I covered this game that they'd ask me to. So yeah, it was nice to get that. Watching other YouTube get stuck on one of those R2 buttons for ages. They're like so annoying. It'll be so simple, but I was getting really annoyed doing it, and I was. Look, here's where actually I should tell you about this. So I tried to view the character screen here, and I couldn't because I didn't have Luke unlocked. So you don't get it straight away, so you have to buy. Well, you don't have to buy, but you can optionally get the super speed, which is kind of fun. I mean, for the most part, we've all seen the upgrade system now. But then I tried to access the character screen in a minute, I believe. Is this where I do it? Yeah, and look, character selection unavailable, so I have to do it later on because I didn't have loot. Like, I think it's because at this point you have to continue with the story in a second. So you're in the open world now, and then you continue with the story. And then once you get Luke, it allows you. Because I at this point I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to get the character list, but then I checked back later on. Managed to get it. So the Ghost is in the game as well from Rebels, but none of the Ghost crew characters, and I'm guessing that's because it's in episode 9. The character selection is interesting because obviously Mama the Hutt, who everyone was thinking, right, this, including myself, like this could hint towards Clone Wars characters, and doesn't seem like any of them are in there. But obviously DLC packs. We're going to be getting people like Ahsoka Bo-Katan, that even though it's not their Clone Wars looks, it's better than nothing. Character customizer, Denise, I give you my honest answer because I am sworn to no more secrecy. What I've seen, what I'm showing you today is what I've seen. I've seen nothing more. And I don't know if it's in there. Obviously, I went through the entire, here's where I go through the character menu. You would have seen this in today's video if you watched it. If you haven't, it's linked to the top of the chat. But I went through the character menu. There's no like custom character slots, but it could be. You might have to go to a planet. Like we had to stick to episode 4. It might be on Camino or something. Yeah, here's where we go. Like, do I skip? I know I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna go through this. I mean, for one, you can see how long it actually took me to go through it, and that's why I didn't end up getting to play the Death Star because I was doing this. But obviously, we can talk about a few as we go along because Egan Kolar and I don't believe Sassy Tin's in there. which obviously they're the two other Jedi who go with Windu and Fisto to arrest the Chancellor. Now, Sassy Tin surprised me, because I believe his species is in the game as NPCs, but I may be thinking of something else there. Now, again, I don't think Sassy Tin's in here. I know Aegon Kolar definitely isn't. I'm pretty sure Sassy Tin isn't. But yeah, as you can see, I only had like... I probably should have tried on C-3PO to scroll to the other variants, but I didn't really think of it. But the amount of the depth of the characters, but then you will realise when you get to like the droids, there's so many different R2s and all that stuff, like so many different astromechs. Razor Crest is confirmed. Yeah, Razor Crest is unlocked via DLC code, of which there's a short on the channel with all the current DLC codes we know. Dexter Jexter's in the game, guys. We still don't know if Dexter's Diner's in there, but maybe one day we'll know. About 300 people watching as well, so appreciate it. I'm not... So this is me playing, Wojo. This is me playing, but it's not live. This is my footage from last week, but this is my actual footage that I played. I mean, I suppose... for most of you, because you're all watching like loads of YouTubers' footage, it probably looks all the same because we all had to play episode 4. But this is actually my own. And how you doing, Rugged? Good to see you. We had a good time playing this last week. Great time. You can see one of the larger characters there, Grumgar. I mean, you've all seen the Rancor gameplay that leaked. So larger characters or larger creatures are classed as characters in this game, which is great. Could have done with knowing that a while ago for my character videos. This is pre-recorded footage, yes, but it is my pre-recorded footage. I suppose if you really, really want to be picky and figure out if this is mine or not, you can look at the way I do things, the order. Like, even though we were all playing the same episode, we probably ran in different directions or went to different parts of the open world and stuff. I mean, am I the only one? Surely I'm not the only one who walked into the Mos Eisley Cantina and didn't even care about talking to each of the different pilots in there first. I just went for Punda Baba and started slicing him. You'll know it's me later on because I start slicing loads through. I use Obi-Wan and I'm just slicing through loads of different characters for no apparent reason. So yeah, that's always fun. Can you choose what difficulty? Not from what I saw. I mean, we will go through the extras list in a second. 9. Which droid is that? Is that a regular battle droid? I don't even know. Who is 9? It's a battle droid, but which one? Look how Palpatine's got. Again, this is so petty, and I can't speak. It's not a complaint. I don't care. I'm just curious. Why does Palpatine at the start of episode 3 and then like for the rest of the episode when he's like talking to Anakin and stuff, why do they have the different hair pieces in game? Because wouldn't that imply Palpatine's hair changed throughout the movie? It doesn't matter. I'm really just curious more than anything. But yeah, here's all the different droids. I'm not complaining. I just wish a few of those slots could have been used for, and I'm sure a lot of you are with me for like Rex, Ahsoka and stuff. But Rune Hako made it in and Ruffgar Deng, so it's all good, isn't it? Roger, obviously, which is interesting because again we all saw Roger and thought free maker content, and he is technically free maker content, but the only free maker content, unless their ship is in here. Shmi is actually just called Shmi and not Shmi Skywalker, which again, very petty but interesting. Tarful, the man himself, Tali Lindra, who just reminds me of Battlefront 2 straight away. Tassu Leech as well, Tebow. Well, I go to ships after this as well, everyone, and then I go to extras, and the extras are locked in this game. So you'll be able to see the price on all of them. I don't actually have the game, Billy. I got to play it for an hour, and that's it. And trust me, when you get to play it for an hour and then you can't play it again, I'd argue that's even... Like, I can get your perspective of why you'd think it's better to play it, but in a way... Like, they cut me off right after the Death Star level. They told me they were going to do it, like, my time was up and stuff. or right before it, sorry. So I get to see like the cutscene and everything for the Death Star, and then they'd message me like a few minutes before in the Discord saying your time's up after this. So I didn't even get to play it. So now I've got to wait all this time, like you all have, but at the same time I've played it now, and I just wanted to keep going. Zam Wessel's got a variant there which is human, which probably means the other one is our alien one. Yariel Poof, big one in there. I'm surprised he made it, but at the same time I know Yariel Poof is not a Kaminoan, but he's probably very similar in terms of his model to the Kaminoans, so maybe that's why. Mumble mode is available from the start, yes it is, and we will see that in a second when I go over to it. How's the game so far? I mean, from what I got to play, it was incredible. I just wanted to explore everything. I was saying a while ago, and you'll see it now, I go to the vehicles and the extras, and then after that I wanted to see the micro builds for mini kits, but I realised I was spending like all my time on this and not getting to the actual levels. Hence, again, probably said this 1,000 times now, but hence why I didn't actually get to play any of the Death Star. But yeah, here's your starships. I'll just say it straight away. It's Jango Fett's starship and it's Boba Fett's starship. I don't like it as much as a lot of people don't, but it's not the devs' fault. Lucasfilm probably told them to do that. It's a petty thing at the end of the day. It doesn't matter too much, but that's what it's named as in the game. We got the scimitar in there, which is brilliant. The escape pod, which I'm glad is in there, because I've been classing the escape pod as its own vehicle since like day one with this game, and so many people have told me I'm wrong, so I'm kind of glad that one's in there. Yeah, here's your vehicle list though. The TIE Whisperer, what's the Liberate? Which one's that? Millennium Falcon, Miss Hunter. I haven't really even though I've got my video ready to upload, but I haven't actually read every vehicle one by one yet. The Resistance ITS Transport, which you can get via code. Check out the short I did on that if you want the code. And vehicles have brought a lot of people in. You're all liking the vehicles, I see. We go to extras after this, so watch out for that. The shooting, I can understand why he said that actually, because I feel like you'll see it when I get to the Mos Eisley level more. You kind of have to zoom into. I don't know. I feel like your UI is zoomed in too much when you want to shoot. I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It just felt like I wasn't playing a Lego game. It felt more like I was playing like a shooter, and they all look like Lego. But it's very petty, and there may be ways to change it in the menus. I don't know if that's why he wasn't over keen on it, but I can understand why. Here's your capsule ships, which very surprised the Venator and the Dreadnought are not there. Even more surprised actually that the Luger Hulk is there, the Trade Federation battleship as they're calling it, because I didn't think that one would be there. But and then this is where I was going to go for all these, and then I'm looking at the time and thinking I've not even done extras yet, so I don't actually end up going through all these, so sorry about that. But you get the gist of it. Right, I go to extras now, and as I said, they're all locked, which means you can see the price. Again, there's so many things looking back I wish I'd done while I was on this menu, but when you've got an hour of time and the clock's ticking, you know what you got to do. Now, interestingly, data cards really are going to be the real deal, because you can unlock one of the best extras in the game with a data card. You can skip all those studs, but there's only is it 18 data cards, I believe? There's very few. Now, as you can see there, I put on mumble mode. Again, you're not going to be able to hear it because the music on stupidly. I should have turned it off so I'll get copyrighted. But it's unlockable from the start. I did find myself turning it off very quickly, which is surprising because I'm more of a mumbles type of guy, but I don't know, I just felt more invested with the voice lines, which is something I never thought I'd say, because I'm an OG. I played, my first ever game ever on the PS2 was Lego Star Wars the video game. So trust me when I say I'm an OG, and I honestly just preferred the voice lines. And I had recognised that not every voice is good. Now, something cool here that I do, and I'm guessing this is to kind of allow C-3PO to get to other areas, is you can pick him apart and throw him and stuff, which I think is really cool. Yeah, Jabba's sail barge, to be fair, I don't know if that would work, Milton, anyway, because would there be space to move it around? There'll probably be a micro build of it, but the full-on, like, huge sail barge kind of makes sense, because it's not a ship, is it? I can, the music seems a bit quiet here, actually, so I'll turn it up temporarily so you can hear mumble mode. I can't keep this on for too long because I will get strikes because the music is there. That's mumble mode. Yeah, okay, you got that? Now, I take it off in a second anyway, but that's basically what mumble mode is like. I mean, R2's just the same, isn't he? There you go. Look, I'm going to have to turn the game audio off because, like I said, I forgot to turn music off when I was playing and I'll get striked. And I'm not getting a strike when the game's out in like 2 weeks, so... yeah, but that's mumble mode. I turn it off in a second. Anyway, this is the shooting here now. I just feel like when... Again, this isn't a complaint, but I can understand why people maybe aren't too keen on it. It just, to me, feels like you're playing a shooter, but it looks like Lego. But, again... It really is a minor thing, and it's not something I honestly even thought about until 2 minutes ago when somebody mentioned it in the chat. So, yeah. Now, as you can see here, we did have to start from the beginning. Yeah, look, I go and turn mumble mode off because even as an OG, I was more invested in the voices. Like, I actually wanted to hear what Obi-Wan had to say to me. So, yeah, there's that. Thank you, Ghost, for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Is there co-op? Only split-screen co-op. That's confirmed. Now, this is the jumping mechanic from the Force Awakens game, which I'm glad to see a return, because when I played Force Awakens for my second time and 100%ed that, I actually really ended up liking it way more, and the mechanics from that game are phenomenal. There's so many things that have carried over now. I believe there's a Kyber brick over there, and I wanted to go for it. You'll see again later on in the footage, there was a Kyber brick that I really wanted to go for, but I was running low on time, and by this point, because obviously by this point I've like been through all the character menu and the vehicles and the extras, I'm realizing I'm not even on the second level and my time's going to be up soon. So this is why I unfortunately have to avoid getting Kyber bricks, but I did want to try and get one, but I couldn't in the end. And then I'm waiting for Obi-Wan to walk, but apparently I have to walk over to him for him to get over here. So he's waiting over there for me, even though I'm already at his house, which is wonderful. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. Would appreciate it. Here's Obi-Wan's lovely posters in his room. What's the next question? Did I hear anything about the character customizer? It's literally every question, and again, I know people will think, well, you played gameplay, you played this game and you didn't tell us on stream, and look, I couldn't, I was sworn to secrecy, but believe me when I tell you, everything I know now, I know nothing more. So everything about this game that I know, I'm sharing with you. I cannot tell you if there's a customizer in game, which I think is a much better answer than telling you a straight no, because I just don't know if it's in there. Now I can go with, I suppose, the facts and say that there's no custom icons in the character menu where custom characters could go. There's nothing on the holo map or any of that area in general. But again, it could be on a planet. So that, like, I'd rather give you that answer. Like, I am starting to think in my head, I don't think it's in there. I really am, and that breaks my heart to say that. But I don't know that for certain, and I hope I'm surprised. Because I definitely think they're saving surprises for us. I mean, even though we've seen all this footage, there's still more of the game that we haven't seen than we've seen. But why would it not be in the holo projector? Or why would you at least not be able to see the icons in the holo projector? Now, this is the Lars homestead, and what you can do here is, obviously, to continue the mission, we need to go to Mos Eisley. So you get in the speeder, and it'll ask you where you want to go, and you choose Mos Eisley. So there is like a little, not cutscene, but you don't actually get to use the speeder and drive there yourself. That part's all done for you. You'll see it here. So obviously 2 areas here. Now I'm thinking there's going to be at least one other area, like the Jabba's Palace area. That may have been around here, and I might just not have seen it, but There's the Ghost as well. No Rebels characters in the game as far as we know, but the Ghost has made it, which is, well, I suppose it's because it's in episode 9, right? But the gameplay demo was great, Doctor Strange. Honestly, like, the things we're picking out are really small things, because the character customizer is so important, but at the same time, because of how high quality this game is, I wouldn't be too mad if it wasn't in there. I wouldn't be going crazy if it wasn't. I'd be disappointed. But yeah, well, you've probably seen this area so many times in trailers and everything. This is, I suppose, like your main, it's Mos Eisley, the main Tatooine area. Now, the mind trick here is something I really like how that's done. As you can see, you can tell this is me playing because I'm just attacking. I just like to see what happens when you attack random NPCs and stuff. I want to see if they fight back. But the mind trick was a wonderful part to play. The way you control the stormtrooper, this was brilliant. I loved this. I'm just gonna. You may have already seen it, but I'm just gonna let you see it anyway. Like, how did I get the game? This was early access gifted by TT. I got to attend a online event last week where I got to capture some. So, yeah. To share with you all though. So, isn't that great? So Scott asks as well, basically guys, TT Games invited me to play the game early. I'm guessing, I'll take a wild guess and say it's because of the channel, which I only have all of you to thank for. It's success. Do I want to use the word success? We'll use the word success, even though that might be a bit of an overstatement, but the channel's success these past years, ever since this game was announced, a lot of it's been fairly quiet, obviously, because this game really hasn't been marketed until this year, but to all old subs sticking with us and new ones, you know, if you weren't watching, I probably wouldn't have got this footage. Now, what's interesting here, actually, again, very minor, doesn't matter, but Wooher, the guy behind the bar at the cantina, doesn't look like Wooher. Just thought I'd point that out. But anyway, I just start going for Ponda Baba. Now, it's interesting how he has a health bar and Cornelius doesn't. I know you don't actually get into a fight with Cornelius, but it's interesting. Now, I know Star Wars like most people, so I just wanted to go and talk to Chewie, but instead had to talk to Customer here. They really named him Customer. A bit more creative. Can you retract the lightsaber? I believe. Yeah. I mean, I think when you retract it, you put it away. I'll have to see with my gameplay what I do. Now, again, I try attacking the... I try attacking Figure and Dan and the rest of them. Like, they call him Civilian. His name is supposed to be Wooher, isn't it? And he's not supposed to have a hood and an eye patch, but again, minor. Doesn't matter. Now, I tried talking to him, but instead it wanted me to do a mind trick. Okay, never mind, that's a girl. Okay. Customer again. Naming them Customer. Can you fight in the cantina? Yeah, you can pretty much attack, but not all of them respond. Cornelius, I think, or Ponda Baba has a health bar on him, sorry. Yeah, look, now he's getting into a fight with Luke. So now Cornelius has the health bar and I go in. And you can see a wild Greedo over there. Ignore there as well. Now, this scene, we've known about this one for a while. Now, Greedo doesn't actually die in this scene, believe it or not. He just walks away. Now, I don't know if that's a little... Even though you don't see this later on, I don't know if that's a slight little reference to the fact that in episode 4 in the scene that's been added in, where you see Jabba in the hangar, there's like Greedo there and he's alive. I know it's not supposed to be the same guy, but he looks just like Greedo, so I don't know if it's a reference to that, but found it interesting how Greedo just walks away. How dare I try to stab the poor cantina man? I just wanted to try it. But again, it was the same as the complete saga. You can't... They're invincible. They are the most powerful characters in the game. Now, how long have I got on my footage? Okay, we're closing in on, not the end, but the final part. I mean, I felt like I've spent forever on the next mission, to be honest. The next mission's an interesting one, actually. Because you pretty much skip everything that you do in the missions in the old game. I mean, that's all in the open world, as you can see here. And you're literally just getting the Falcon ready. And I picked C-3PO up again. I don't know why I kept doing this. And I just left him somewhere and ran off. This is how you know it's me. I just do things like this for no apparent reason. I think I'm really funny, even though I'm not. Now, there's a Toydarian, which is Watto's species, which is kind of cool. Now, you'll see again here that I go for one of the Kyber bricks. I talk to that person back there, I believe. And then I'm like, actually, I've not even got that long left. I need to get on with it because I'm not even on the second mission. So that's the Kyber brick I was going to get, and then realised I need to get on with this. So again, guys, if you're asking how I'm playing, this is my footage, but it's from last Wednesday when TT Games invited me to play the game early. So the game isn't... I don't actually... I know at this point you'll probably think he could be lying and he just wouldn't tell us, but I don't actually have any like early access to the game now or anything. I wish I did, and I'm hopeful. I'll say that, TT, if you're watching, I'm hopeful. But no, I don't have anything. In all seriousness, I don't. And I'm already grateful to them for the fact that I even got to play it free of charge. I mean, I suppose the electricity bill won't be free of charge, but that's irrelevant. Here is the mission, where you're getting the Falcon ready. That's an interesting choice of mission, definitely, because the Falcon is pretty much ready in the movie, and in this you spend so much time on it, but it was cool. Like, it was something a bit different. The health bar isn't my favourite, Leon, I'll admit. The overlay for me is a bit extra, but it may grow on me. I mean, we've still got like this retro mode and stuff, which I didn't get to try, but that may change the overlay in some capacity. So, yeah. Is Almighty Gonk in the game? The Almighty Gonk is in the game, yes. And there is a Gonk droid ship in the game as well. How cool is that? Where was I up to? Sorry, I'm just really thirsty, guys. I've not actually been too well recently, which is why I didn't stream yesterday. But I seem to be on the mend, you'll be glad to know. Which is brilliant, because the game's out in 2 weeks. You can end the stream when you get to the end of the footage. Probably, I mean, we may do a few minutes Q&A. I know I've not actually done as many questions as I wanted to, mainly because I've been trying to talk you through my thinking throughout all of this and just my opinions. Let me try and do a few. FGG for controls, do you use the trigger to attack, or is it just like the buttons on the controller? So, the triggers is... I'm going to do this through Xbox. LT is to zoom, or to aim, and then RT is to fire your blaster, and then like X... Now this is only from my memory, so I know I've definitely got the blaster part right. For attacking with the lightsaber, it's like X, and I believe you could press A as well. And then if you do that with blaster characters, I believe they just started slapping. But again, I may be kind of off on that, because again, it was so much to remember for 1 hour, but the shooting part, LT to like aim and RT to fire, is 100% accurate. 2 weeks and 1 day, and if you're in Australia, they'll have it by now. No, I couldn't wait for this just to play as Obi-Wan in an actual level. You got the lightsaber cutting, which is good. Returns from the Clone Wars game, was obviously in Force Awakens as well. Is there a free play mode? Yeah, there is. But we didn't get to play that. We all got to. The thing is, I haven't watched every single person on the internet, because I know there's a lot of YouTubers, there's a lot of like companies like IGN that got footage. So I'm guessing a lot of you will have seen this stuff, because obviously it's new to all of you. So was everybody else playing episode 4? Because at least in our group, we were all told episode 4 only. I know the Revenge of the Sith and Last Jedi footage came out, but that's developer footage. There's a mini kit up there as well. No, I think I did go for this. And then again, I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I'm thinking, time here, I need to get the level done. But there is a mini kit up there, which is good. Is there any Gonk Droid cheat? There's a Christmas Gonk Droid, which if you check out the short on the channel, you can find it in the shorts section or on the shorts playlist. I do all cheat codes that we know about in the game. Did I feel the levels were short? I did feel like the episode 4 level, the first one in the Tantive, was short. But again, that might just be because it's the first level, and I felt like the level in the Complete Saga was short. This one here, I felt like this was kind of long, but I don't know if that's because I was making it long. You'll see what I mean when I play it, but I feel like I was making a real meal out of everything, and because at this point, like I've been saying on repeat, I've spent so much time going through like characters and vehicles, and I'm seeing people on the Death Star level, and I'm not even there yet. So I feel like I was almost rushing at this point. And then when you're rushing something, you're doing it for the first time, you end up getting things wrong. So I didn't get it like drastically wrong, but I felt like I was rushing through this level and it wasn't helping. So maybe this level isn't as long as I made it out to be. I mean, definitely looking at how long I spent, I didn't really spend that long at all in comparison to what I thought I did. I felt like I was on this level for 40 minutes, but I was probably on it for about 20. And considering it's supposed to be 15 minutes anyway, I don't think an extra 5 is as bad as I've made it out. And I think I was experiencing frame rate drops again at this point, actually. Which again, you won't see on this part because it was remotely captured, so the devs couldn't see it on their side. But let me forward this. Oh no, we're back in. So are vehicles like ATRTs, ATATs, etc. purchasable, or are they naturally spawning? I think they're naturally spawning, judging by the fact that they're not in the menu, and the fact that Tauntauns are naturally spawning. So it's an interesting thing. Maybe they're naturally spawning, but you have to buy, you have to purchase them with studs. But again, I wouldn't know because we didn't get to go to that part, unfortunately. Thomas is the latest person to ask about the character feature. Now, honestly, Thomas, I just can't. I have no proof to tell you if there is or if there isn't. We didn't see it. There's no icons for them in the character menu, but that may mean nothing. Am I going to keep this live stream on the channel? All of them are, Milton. They're just unlisted. So if you go to the playlist on the playlists tab, believe it or not, the live stream playlist, you'll find all of them there. If you also like the video, the stream will be in your liked playlist. If you have notifications on, the stream will be in your notifications center. So there's 3 different ways there to access them. There is a pause menu. Yes, there is. There is a pause menu, believe it or not. Now here's an R2 door. So to switch characters in this game is LBRB. Again, I'm doing this for Xbox, which is different to using Y. Now, I think this is the time I got stuck on the character thing. Not the character thing, the panel thing. Or is it? No, I think I got through this one quite quickly, actually. Yeah, I got through that one fine. I think it was the earlier one on the Tantive. So this is just the hub. No, this is a level inside the... Well, you're technically... Are you inside the hub world here? I was in the hub world and I went to this level. So you'll be roaming around the hub world and you may see like a continue level section, or you may think, no, I'm just going to continue roaming around at that point in the story, but do some Kyber bricks and stuff. Do some challenges. As using the Force as Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was just so cool to play as. I always loved playing as. Old Obi-Wan is so cool as well because he's obviously far more acrobatic in the games at this age than he was in the movies at this age. The first leak showed episode 3. So the first leak, I understand you guys wouldn't know because it all kind of went very wrong. So I'll explain to you what happened. I believe I'm allowed to say this, and if not, lawsuit coming my way. But I doubt that. I think I'm allowed to say this now. But on Monday last week is when we got to see the demo from the developer's perspective. So we all got to watch a demo that one of the developers was playing. We had no control over it. And that's what leaked on Friday. So obviously we got to see that on Monday. It leaked on Friday. And I'm honestly thinking by then, like, because I don't know if the original leak was accidental or not. I honestly don't know what happened. But that was a bit of a disaster. Especially for the fact that the original one got taken down, but then all the re-uploads didn't end up getting taken down, so yeah, and I couldn't cover that in my video on Friday because I'm aware the whole comments section was going on about it and I just couldn't do anything. But then basically that was on Monday, and on Wednesday, I believe people had different days, but mine was Wednesday, we got hands-on with the game. It was done remotely, so we got to actually play the game ourselves, which is the footage you're seeing here. But the footage we got to capture ourselves is only episode 4. We had to stick to episode 4. The game did allow us to go to the other levels, but the developers said we had to stick to episode 4. For whatever reason, you have to respect it. But the gameplay with episode 4, episode 3 and episode 8, that is the developer footage that leaked, and that's all the same. If you watch that through, it's all the same. But this footage, although it's all episode 4 and all the YouTubers and like companies and everything of episode 4, is actually our own footage. This was us playing. And again, you'll have seen that with little things in the video, like at what timing do you do things, what order we did things, like do we do a mission. I spent half my time going through the character selection screen, so I'm sure I wasn't the only one to do that either, but yeah. Now we had to force this here, I believe, which I was worried I was going to get completely wrong, because when these objects are supposed to be forced into a position, it never works for me, but this one seemed to mostly work fine, as you can see there. So basically someone screen recorded the demo showcase that they weren't supposed to. Oh no, so I'll keep on explaining. Sorry, I kind of cut that short. So the footage on Monday, the developer footage, the 40-minute one that leaked, that was, so we didn't know at the time, because basically right afterwards, I believe it was neither after the one on Monday or the one on Wednesday, it was announced like, oh, something's at the Game Awards. No, sorry, the Spring Showcase, not the Game Awards. And we're all thinking like straight away, so is the thing coming out at the Game Awards, the 40-minute footage? But we later found out, after it had leaked, that wasn't it, that was exclusively for us. So the 40-minute dev footage, we were told after we saw it, they told us we couldn't screen record it. What they said to us anyway, we're going to send it to you within 24 hours in HD. So nobody did screen record it because we all knew we were getting like the HD version. The version we got to see was HD, but there was little like frame rate drops and stuff because it was live. But then we got sent the full 1080p version 24 hours later, and we later found out that was just for us. And then on Wednesday, well, again, people had different days. Mine was Wednesday, I got to play through the game, and we were sent the footage 24 hours later. And we could make videos out of both sets. Now, what somebody leaked on the Friday was the 40-minute dev footage that they were probably, like, I don't know if they did it purposely or not, but the way I see it is, why would you do it purposely but wait till Friday? Wouldn't you have just done it the next day? I don't know. But either way, that's what somebody leaked, so they didn't screen record it or anything, we were sent that. Because the original version of that video, that leak, was 1080p, and then the re-uploaded ones are all like 720 and stuff. So what will happen to the Death Star hub after it's destroyed? I think it's still there somehow. I think it is, because it would be a bit weird if it wasn't there when it's destroyed. But yeah, anyway guys, there's the scoop of how all the leaking went down, and we all went into frenzy on Friday, because my news update I did on Friday, I was planning that anyway for that day, and I just thought in the end I won't change it, but obviously, like, everyone was kind of furious. We were like, well, I didn't do it personally, but I saw people like tagging the developers in the Discord, telling them that it had leaked, and the first one got taken down, but then we were wondering, is the embargo day going to change to today, at least for this footage, because people who shouldn't even have it are getting like so many views and so much like attention from it, and we got nothing. So that was a bit of a disaster, but the only thing that didn't leak in the end ended up being our own gameplay. So there was a bit of a leak disaster. Check the TT social media, they posted, oh, new footage of Anakin. Let's have a look. I always stream hoping they'll post when I do, so we can do a live reaction. It never happens though. I'm gonna have to get my phone. Hang on, I'll leave this playing. Apparently new Twitter post, guys. Let's have a look. I mean, I've got a few things built up for my next news update. Yeah, it does look... Is this a skin showcase of Anakin? I'm viewing it now, but there seems to be a new Twitter post. First time this has happened live on stream, which is brilliant. Because I've always wanted one. Let's have a look. It's just a... oh no, yeah, it's like a slideshow of Anakin's different appearances as a young boy. Oh no, we've switched. Okay, so it's kind of a slideshow of all the different Anakin appearances, which is a bit similar to the Luke one we got. I like that. Oh, his burn battle damaged is in the game. That's great. Helmetless is in the game. Brilliant. I like that. Right, I don't know if I'm going to have time to upload that tonight, guys, to be honest, but because I'm supposed to be somewhere after the stream. But yes, either way, that is a very nice looking post that I've just seen on the Twitter page. So check it out. Showcase of Anakin skins confirms burnt Anakin and helmetless Vader as well, which we were unsure would they just be cutscenes, but. Sonic, let me see if I can see your comment. I saw a picture of Mos Eisley and it looks pretty big considering it's only one part of Tatooine. It is, it's huge, and I do think some planets definitely have more areas than others. From what I saw in Hoth, it just looks to be the airspace and Echo Base, but that could be because in that version of the game, the developer one, more weren't unlocked to that point. But Tatooine seems to be one of the biggest. I think as you would expect, because there's so many iconic locations there. So, yeah. I can't wait to see Anakin versus Obi-Wan. Me too. It's going to be good. Apparently the Vader versus... I was talking to Rugged, like I said, because we were in the same session. And because he didn't go through all the character list and stuff, he actually got to the Death Star level. And he said Vader versus Obi-Wan is just a cutscene, which is fine. But it kind of worries me that obviously Aegon, Kolar and Sassy Tin aren't in the game. So is the Windu versus Palpatine fight just going to be a cutscene? Because Kit Fisto's in there, but you're missing the two other Jedi. It's weird how I don't mind background characters not making it, but it's weird how those two didn't. They've both got official Lego minifigures as well. I find it extremely bizarre, and I just hope it does. My only hope can be that they're in the cutscene and then they get killed off in the cutscene, and the Palpatine versus Windu level... Palpatine versus Windu level is you playing as Windu with Kit Fisto as the second character, and there's no third or fourth. I can only hope that's what it is, but I'm worried now that Palpatine versus Windu is just going to be cutscenes. As you can see, R2 is quite crazy himself. He can attack and everything, which is pretty good. How am I playing? This was footage I managed to capture thanks to TT Games for reaching out and allowing me to play early. So I don't actually own the game. I just got to play it remotely last week. People are literally asking me every second, but I get it, guys. Again, I only got to do this because of I don't like to go on about all this stuff because you probably hear it a million times off everyone, but without you watching I wouldn't have got to do stuff like this because TT Games probably wouldn't have known my channel, and it's very nice that they know my channel. They've seen it enough to want me to play, which is a great feeling, trust me. So yeah, I did get to... It's like the devs were teasing me, because at this point they're telling me in the chat your time's up now. We'll let you finish the level. So I'm thinking, right, they're going to cut me off now. But they let the whole Death Star cutscene play out, and then cut me off after that. Here's Alderaan. Well, it's not there anymore, but yeah. Remember to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. Today's poll as well. What did you like? What do you like the most? What do you like most? Did I word that right? Yeah, I did. I couldn't read my own poll then. What do you like most in the new LEGO Star Wars gameplay? 64% saying the open world, 21% saying the characters, 13% saying the levels, and 3% saying the vehicles. Tyler, I will do your question now. Apologies. I have the biggest and most important question out of anyone in the stream. How many droids did I abuse? A lot. In fact, not just droids. I abused a lot of different characters for no apparent reason. So, you should probably go back and watch it all. I just like trying it out. Like, who can I kill? Who can I damage and stuff? It's just interesting to do it, you know. But that's just me, isn't it? How many times have you explained that you aren't actually playing this stream? I have to, Stephen, just to clarify to them, because especially the younger viewers, they can get a bit confused and think like the game might be out, so I just want to clarify to them. You know, YouTube wasn't that big when I was a kid. Makes me sound old. I'm not actually that old. But YouTube wasn't that big when I was a kid, but I can imagine if it was, I'd be very confused if a game wasn't out and some YouTubers had it. So that's my footage. What videos? Oh god, that's my own video that was about to play then. So yeah, that's where my footage cut off. Obviously, I'm not going. Don't worry, even I am not going to sit through this all over again and talk through it. I'll just do any final questions if you've got any. But that was my 1 hour 8 minutes, was it? Yeah, my 1 hour 8 minutes that I got to play last Wednesday of LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Thank you, TTWB. I appreciate it so much. Yeah. I didn't abuse any Jawas. I don't think I saw any Jawas, actually. Hello, Dan. Imagine what you can do with the Force and stuff in this game. I mean, the possibilities are incredible, and we only got to see a small fraction of it. I didn't get to play the prequels. As you can see here, we had to, so you can only start with the first episode of that trilogy, but we had to start with episode 4. We could have gone to episode 1, but the devs wouldn't have been happy, and we got to listen to them. They're the ones allowing us to play it, or TT are allowing us to play it, so I had to respect them. But I did, of course, look, I love episode 4. But if it was up to me, I would have been right over to episode 1. So, next question, is the game cancelled? Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, it's not, come on. Yeah, what are Gonkatines, whatever that is? Like, I know what you're talking about, Lewis, because I saw it in the character selection screen. What are they? No Scarif, but would you expect that? I wouldn't really. Heart, actually, because I went through extras, so let's have a look at them. We'll have, because I suppose a lot of people are curious. About... God, see, this is how long I spent going through those characters, guys, I'm telling you. When people say, like, how did you not reach, like, the Death Star level? It's because it took me so long to do that. So make sure you watch that video, by the way, because I know loads of people have probably done a video like that, so give mine some credit, please. Right, we'll just see me go through the vehicles again, because I go to extras after this, just in case anyone wanted to look. You got, like, the scimitar and everything. I don't know why the Jedi Starfighter is just called Jedi Starfighter, not like, you don't have Obi-Wan's, Anakin's, all that stuff. I don't think you can fly capital ships. I think you can just take them over, but I don't think you can actually pilot them. There's everyone's favourite Jango Fett starship. Just call it Slave One, man, please. I know it's not the devs' fault, but... And I know it's petty, but come on. Admittedly, there's a lot of vehicles here that I just don't know. Like, what's the Mist Hunter? Quad Jumper, that's the one that Rey and Finn were gonna board in episode 7, wasn't it? Oh, Republic Cruiser, I didn't actually notice that until now. ITS Transport, there's a code, make sure to check out my old codes video. Right, as soon as we've looked at the extras, guys, I'll probably leave it there. No Dengar ship, not by the looks of things. And there's the Razor Crest as well, which is in the full game. We'll speed up a bit to the extras. About there. When do I go to the extras? It's like around here. There we go. So data cards 19, okay. So there's Stud, Super Gonk, Porg Companion, Beget Lightsabers. I mean, we knew most of these anyway. Galaxy Rave, television mode. And as you can see, certain ones can't be activated with others. So no invincibility. Wait, was there invincibility? Did I just say invincibility? Because invincibility wasn't in Force Awakens, was it? Yeah. What the hell? That's an unfortunate one. I don't know why they've like phased out invincibility. Like, invincibility is such a popular one. And I know it's a bit OP, but who cares when you've completed the game? Who cares? It seems like there's less extras, but look, I'm glad there's not like the pointless ones like, oh god, the daisy chains and like the Toe Death Star and all that stuff from like the complete saga. I'm glad in that way, like less is more in regards to that. Why did they only allow you to one level? I don't know, maybe it was because like a lot of people, like different YouTubers, different companies like IGN and stuff were capturing it. So if they just let everybody do their own thing, you know, the chances are if a lot of people are capturing something and they get their own choice, they're all going to go off in different directions, and that reveals more of the game to people. So I suppose making us all stay in episode 4 kind of keeps us, it doesn't reveal too much. I would have liked it more maybe if they said like episode 4 or 5, just giving us like at least another one. But makes sense why they chose episode 4, because it's like the one, even if it's not your favourite Star Wars movie, it's like the one everyone can unite over. The prequels, you'll have like people saying they don't like them. The sequels, you'll have the same. Whereas like with the OT, even if they're not your favourite, most people just still like them. I mean, I love the prequels the most personally. But yeah. Tow Death Star, just instead of you towing like... you know when you're playing like the snow speeders and you had to tow the little bomb which would break like walls and stuff, instead of like the bomb looking like a bomb, it turned into a Death Star. It was like that, daisy chains, silhouettes. Sorry, I'm really tired, guys. Like I said, I've not been too well recently. I'm only just recovering now. But what was the other one? Mustaches. Like, oh come on, do we still find mustaches funny? Like, I'm glad that one's not in here. So in that regard, I'm glad there's less extras. But where's invincibility? It wasn't in The Force Awakens and it's not in this. I don't care if you know what, I wouldn't even care if you have to get 100% to get invincibility, thus deeming it pointless in a way because you've got everything. I wouldn't even care then, because at least it's OP but you've completed the game. But not having invincibility in the game is kind of disappointing. Michael, you said, will Mars's castle be destroyed as in the hub? Well, we didn't get to play it in the hub world, but I think it will be most likely destroyed. It may depend when you visit it, but we didn't get to play that part. Silhouettes is not the best extra. Yeah, there's that extra with like the glasses and the mustache. It's just not funny. So I'm glad they didn't bring that back. Right, now I'm getting hate because apparently Silhouettes isn't bad. Well, anyway, guys, we're probably going to leave it there because, like I said, I'm not going to talk you through all the same gameplay for another hour. But this saves, not because I don't want to sit down and do a bunch of breakdown videos, but you know they're not my thing, so I don't want to spend all that time, make a video about breaking down the gameplay, and then when literally we can all just talk about it live together. So yeah, this makes, obviously there was no Q&A yesterday, not actually because I was streaming today, but because I was just not well enough yesterday. I've pulled myself together today. So we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed. Thank you TT and WB for the footage, and I'll see you all in the next one.